All right.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pin to Gas podcast on this Sunday afternoon. First race season with BSB. So you guys go and check it out. Tune in, Bennett'sBritishSuperbike.com. It is free. It's the most amazing series there is. And you guys hear me talk about it all the time. But yeah, listen, it's an absolute honor to sit down with my mate, Owen Mellor. What is up, man?
Not much. You all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I wish I was there where you guys are at Alton Park right now.
Yeah, we are. It's eventful.
I bet, man. So how's the weather out there? Is it normal, typical UK weather?
Today it's been really warm. I think it was 23 degrees or something earlier.
Wow, that's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely hot.
For the UK, it's very hot.
It is. And then I see my good buddy right there, his face sticking in the screen right there. Jake Marsh is in the house. Look at him. What is up, Jake?
What's up, everyone?
This is awesome, man. Oh, man. Yeah, man. So you guys are Alton Park. Like I said, I'm freaking jealous, man. I wish I was there. I miss BSB so much. I can't wait to come back next year. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Actually, I got some new shirts coming in too, so I need to get both you guys a shirt in the mail. So when we get done with this, y'all message me your sizes and I'll put them in the post so you guys can have them. But yeah, so listen, let's get into this. Owen, I want to know all about your story. Let's take it from the very beginning. Owen, what got you involved in motorcycles to begin with?
So when I was younger, about 5 years old, I was just playing around in my street and I saw these kids going about on a mini motor. So I asked my granddad for one and I got one for my 6th birthday. And then I rode at a place called Bikewise, which is where like Franco started as well. And through there, we got into the Scottish Championship, raced there for a couple of years and then went to British Mini Bikes. I won the British Mini Bike Championship in 2015, and then we went to Fab Racing. Didn't really do much at Fab. I won a couple of races, and then went on to the Metro Kits. Didn't really do much on the Metro Kits, and then 300s at Bemsey, and then after that went 600s at Bemsey, and then after that we went BSB Stock 6, and then after that we went GP2 BSB.
GP2, man, I love that class. It's such a proper class. When I first got into BSB, I was actually a little confused, to be honest with you, because I'm like, man, what's the deal with the GP2 class and the 600 Super Sport, right? It's ain't it the same? So for all the listeners out there, Owen, tell them what the difference is between the GP2 class and the 600 Super Sport class.
The GP2 class is a stock 600 engine with like prototype chassis. Well, that's what it should be. But obviously, you've got some bikes that are based off other bikes. Like you've got Kramer's based off KTM, but I would say the Calyx is probably like the most GP2 in the class, and you've got the Triumph as well, which is just a Triumph chassis.
That's awesome. And like the GP2 class, the chassis. So you guys are allowed all chassis adjustments, pretty much anything you want to do. Where the stock 600, you're allowed to have motor work, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
So to me, I would say if I was going to do it, I would definitely do the GP2 class because it's all the expense up front, but you got all the adjustments throughout the whole year. So it's a one-time basically fee, right? You buy the bike, the whole nine, and then you got free range. Whereas the 600, You go out and go buy R6, you spend what, $10,000 in a motor build. Let's just be honest, right? It's not cheap at all. And then you got to refresh that once or twice during the season. So you got all this extra cost up front. And to me, man, I love the GP2 bikes because they look like a proper race bike, because they are a proper race bike, right?
Yeah.
Man, it looks so good with the. Yeah, dude, good stuff, man. And you guys use Triumph motors in the GP2 class?
It just depends. Some people use Triumph, and then I think Kramer is their own engine. Honda. I think that's all everyone's using.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, the CBR 600RR motor.
Yeah. Man,
dude, Alton Park. God, I'm so jealous, man. What time does the race actually? Today it's at it's already over with, right?
Yeah,
because it's 6 p.m. Duh, man. I still get confused on the time difference sometimes, man.
I bet you can hear the bikes outside.
I do, absolutely, I do. It's lovely too, right? It's nothing like the sound of some motorcycles, man. So started out young, right? Rose through the ranks, right? Won some races. Have you won any championships yet?
I've won one championship. That was in 2015 in British mini bikes, but in 2021 was it? 2022, I nearly won the 600 championship at Bemsey, but in the last round, my bike blew up and I lost out by 2 points.
Oh no, and that sucks, right?
Yeah,
dude, that's big heartbreak.
I was 90 something points going into Donington, which was the third last round.
I'm just listening to the bikes. It's hilarious. How close are you guys to the track? You're right next there, right?
Yeah, approximately like 10 feet.
So you can actually look out. Can you turn the computer around and let us see?
You can't see outside this window. Okay. It's just caravans.
Oh, okay. I got you. That's awesome, man. It's good stuff. And look, so Carrie Marsh says, hi, Jake. Hi, Owen. Mom is very proud. Absolutely. You should be.
Hello, Mom.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I tell everybody I always give you, Jake, and R&D Racing a shout out on every freaking podcast I do, man.
Always
all the time.
Mate.
Yes, dude. Always. I'm a huge supporter of not only you, but Owen Mellor and dude, all my mates out there in BSB. But yeah, it's actually, you know, you see your shirt here. Yeah, absolutely. It always stays there. It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, Owen, 2023 last year, how would you rate your season?
Last year, it was a big learning curve because obviously coming to BSB, it's a lot faster than Bemsey. So when I got to that actual first round, I got a big shock because you've got people going past you on the first lap, like they're trying to break the lap record straight away, which in all fairness they are, and you're just like, what is going on?
You're like, what did I get myself into? So you dove in on the deep end, right? But once you started going and you started paddling, right? Because you didn't sink, you started swimming with the big boys. How easy of it was a transition into BSB?
It wasn't easy, but I just slowly started progressing. I think at the start of the year I was like down in like 20th place, and then like as the year went on, I was battling for top 10 before I moved to GP2.
Nice, man. And so did you do that mid-season, switch to the GP2 bike, or did you stay on the other bike all season?
We switched halfway through the season because we got to a point, because my bike was so old. I was running a 2007 Kawasaki. I was struggling to get any more out of the bike, and I like kind of hit a wall. So at that point, we decided to go on something a little bit faster and maybe a bit more competitive.
That's awesome, right? And you chose the GP2 bike and exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, to be fair, I was open to anything. I just needed a better bike.
Right? It don't matter what it is. I just give me two wheels that's new and watch me shine.
Yeah, literally.
Facts. Yeah, I know, man. It's good stuff, man. So let me ask you this, Owen. How did you and Jake meet?
How did me and Jake meet?
Yeah.
I met him at a mini bike round. I went to, this was before Jake started Bemsey. I heard he was doing Bemsey, and Chloe Jones introduced us. And I was racing at Red Lodge that weekend, and then we just got to talking, and then ever since then we've just been talking, and then we became best mates.
That's awesome, mate. So it's the three amigos. It's you, Jake, and Chloe, because you can't forget about Chloe.
Yeah.
Right. Where is Chloe at? Is she actually there at the track?
Yeah, she's somewhere knocking about.
Chloe. She is awesome.
She's a busy girl, Chris.
I know she is. Absolutely, she is. Her and Jody Fieldhouse. I seen that she put out a post where she had a lot of trouble with her bike too today or yesterday.
Yeah, I think she's currently out there on track right now, Jody.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what our sport bike?
Yeah, yeah. And I love that because I love pink too, right? So her whole color scheme with the pink and all that, it's a good looking bike, man, for sure. But so 2023, Owen, how would you rate your season in 2023?
Probably a 9 out of 10.
I love it, man. I love it. And going into 2023, did you have certain expectations that you had set on yourself, you and your team?
For me, I wanted to get on a podium. I didn't do it, but I got close in the GP2 class. But other than that, I knew it was going to be a high expectation. So, but you've got to set them high.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely, you do. To me, it's like, how should I say this? So when you set expectations, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because now, because look at that, Jake. Because once you set a certain expectation, right, now you feel like you got to stick to it no matter what. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus if you don't really set high expectations, you just want to go in and have fun and finish, right? So that's where I could see it to be kind of a double-edged sword. Who was on the phone, Jake?
My father's calling me to say my tea's going to be ready. I'm going to have to dip out of this one.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, Jake, it's an absolute honor, man. I will message you after this and we'll get you scheduled.
Yes, I'll mate. All right. I'll catch you in a bit, guys.
Absolutely. Tell your dad I said, what's up?
I will do.
Freaking awesome, man. Awesome, dude. So Owen, man, 9 out of 10, man. That's good, right? And so the beginning of 2024, you're at Alton Park right now. What expectations do you have for this year in 2024?
For 2024, I'm just looking to get some good places. I want to finish well in the championship. Ideally, I would have liked to win it, but I think with a bit of improvement, that'll be possible. But just got to see what happens, really.
Oh man, you're a legend, right? You and Jake and everybody out there racing, whether you're in Moto America, World Superbike, whatever it is. I say this to all my guests, well, all my mates and my friends, right? Because you're not just a guest, you're a mate of mine. But dude, you're an absolute legend, bro. Like, I wish I had the skill and the talent to ride a quarter as fast as you are, right? It's and when I watch you guys, it's like, how the hell do you do that, right? It's just poetry in motion, and it's so magical to watch. And I love to see how happy you guys are when you get a good result, right? It makes me happy and smile, and it's one of the best feelings in the world, right? Listen, Owen, it's me doing this podcast and having a lot of mates that race, man, you don't know the joy that it brings me. I get so happy. It's overwhelming at times. Sometimes it's like, I can't believe like I'm friends with this guy. Look how fast. I mean, look at this, right? It's good stuff, man. So what bike was your favorite race bike that you've ever been on?
My favorite race bike. To be fair, Probably my ZX6. I just like the way that handle. It wasn't the fastest bike, but it was really fun to ride.
Oh, the Kawasaki's their chassis are so nimble.
Yeah,
It's a great bike. You're right. And was that a 636 or just a 600?
just a 600.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. So I know we can't really talk about teams in 2024, but you are there live at Alton Park right now.
Yeah,
So yeah, we will. I can't wait to hear all about your new gig you got going on. I'm trying to be careful of what I say.
yeah,
I'm excited for you, man. I remember, so everybody listening, dude, me and Owen actually had a podcast scheduled at the beginning of the year. We ended up having to reschedule because of some instances come up, and yeah, here we are. So it's an absolute honor to sit down and see that face again, man. See that smile, huh?
It's been a long time coming.
It has been. It really has. So who growing up, you basically was a family of racing, right? Your dad helped you out, was number one on your team, and then of course you had some mates or maybe an uncle that also pitched in every once in a while.
Yeah. To be fair, throughout like my whole racing career, we've always struggled with getting sponsors. Whereas it seemed like other people didn't. So we've always like sort of struggled in that aspect because a lot of people who race have had like parents that have raced, so they know what they're doing. But we came into this whole thing like completely blind. So when we come in, we're like, we don't know who to talk to, who the right contacts are. But as we're like slowly, we've just worked ourselves up through the ranks. It just sort of just fell into place.
That's it's listen, you guys got it going on too, because over here in America, as you know, right, well, this country it's huge, right? So in order for me to drive from here to Laguna Seca, and that's like a 3-day drive.
Yeah,
3 days, man, right? Where you're at in the UK, it's what, 4 or 6 hours basically across the whole place.
Yeah. Well, where I live, I live right in the northern part of England, so Brands Hatch for me is like a 9-hour drive.
Okay.
There is a few long drives.
So how far? So obviously the only track I went to was Cadwell last year, which is my favorite track. How far are you away from Cadwell Park?
Cadwell, I'm about 3 hours away.
And then
that's one of my closer tracks.
Okay. And then do you and Jake actually live in the same town, or are you guys further apart?
Me and Jake actually live 4 hours away from each other.
Okay.
But he comes down on like a weekend sometimes, and I'll go to his. So especially in the winter, and we'll go out, do a bit of clubbing.
That's right. Holler at all the girls. Yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Good stuff. So how do you train?
So when I was younger, I used to have a personal trainer, and I just sort of just took that into mind. And when I got a bit older, I just took that in and went to the gym, did it myself. I trained wrong for a couple of years because I was trying to build muscle when I wasn't. So that set me back a little bit. But then I realized I need to just be training core. Fair enough, like a little bit muscle, but it's more my training's more like body weight. I don't really use like free weights or anything like that. And then there's a lot of cardio in it, like rowing, skiing, and treadmill, boxing. I really enjoy boxing. Just sort of things like that.
So are you big into MMA?
No, I don't really know much about boxing. Like, obviously, I've watched all the YouTuber rubbish boxing,
Right.
just because it's entertaining watching two people who can't box. But I just like the exercise of it. I did boxing for a while when I was younger, and it's probably one of the easiest ways, I think, to work out.
Well, it's a full body workout too.
Yeah,
You know, it's you're right. So training without weights, you know, using your own body weight. So me, I exercise and I do some training. I need to do better of what I've been doing. But that's all I do is push ups. I get up, I do push ups, I'll do some planks, a lot of stretching,
Yeah.
breathing. Other than that, man, I don't touch weights really. I mean, I jog every once in a while, but I mean, let's just be honest, I'm not a big jogger, right? It's I got a bad right knee and I push it too much, it starts swelling, and it's like, yeah, but what I do, what I love to do to train is swim. I'm a big swimmer. I love the water, right? So I get in a
Yeah.
pool and go as hard as you can for how many laps you can, and you're using the resistance of the water, but your own body weight too. So it's a very good exercise, training
Yeah.
wise. Anyway,
I
and when
think
I'm
training with body weights are a lot more natural as well than training with like actual weights.
well that too, and to me, Owen, it's like you risk injury too, right? There is a small risk of injury that could happen when you are lifting weights, you know, because you always got to have a spotter there with you. And well, at least it's always good to have a spotter there with you in case you
Yeah.
try to, oh shit, I can't do it, you know. And yeah, so it's one of those type deals. Hey, we've all been there, right? I've been there, and I'm sure you've probably been in that situation. You're like, I got this. Okay, I ain't got this no more, right? Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So you are the only kid in your family that's raced.
I have a brother. He also he up until this year he was racing, but we came into a lot of money problems like halfway through last year, so we've been struggling quite a bit. Um, Luckily, I've been able to get some money together to get me racing this year, but he's not been so lucky, so he's not racing this year. But he is fast. He just hasn't had a chance to show it really.
Is he faster than you, Owen?
He's not faster than me.
He's like, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, man, it's that's one of the things of our sport. It's all about money, man, and sponsorship's a big thing. Me, I wouldn't even know how to go out and seek sponsorship, right? Like,
yeah.
so how do you go about seeking sponsorship?
For me, the best way is just going around talking to people. The more you talk to people, uh, you really just want to form a relationship. So you go over, talk to people, get friendly with them, and then um, if they're nice enough, they'll help you out.
They'll give you some money, right? Like, here you go.
Yeah.
We will help you out. So listen, I got a good mate of mine, Shane Lloyd Maggs. He's from Australia. This is actually his shirt. So big shout out to my man Shane Lloyd's. He dude, he works out. He is so in shape, right? I'm trying to think of a word for it. It's like Superman. I mean, he takes off his shirt, you're like, holy shit, right? He says, Shane says, we got to get you into F45 training, fellas. By far the best all around conditioning and training I've ever done. Certainly compliments to racing. So yeah, Shane, shoot me over that info, and I'll shoot it straight over to my mate Owen right here. And yeah, I'd love
Yeah,
to.
definitely.
Yeah, man, it's good to work out. You know, sometimes it's like you get out of bed, you're like, man, I don't want to do this. It's 5:30 in the morning. I just want to go back to sleep, right? But once you up and you push yourself, man, you feel so much better. You're like, I'm so glad I did that. Versus
Yeah,
if you didn't the whole day, you're like, I fucked up.
yeah.
Right?
I'm not
I
a
mean,
morning person, but when I struggle to get out of bed in the morning, but once I've done everything, you just feel so good.
you do, man. You do. Absolutely. And then Shane says, he says, absolutely. They have them in the UK too. So proper, man. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yes, that is perfect. So this weekend, are you participating? Or are you just there helping Jake out and supporting him?
Yeah, I was participating. Went to the last chance race. Unfortunately, I crashed out of it, so I didn't end up qualifying for the actual race,
Yeah.
um, which is unfortunate. But just here now, just supporting everybody else. Um, we'll have a good night tonight, and yeah, I'll go home tomorrow.
Yeah. In there, don't you guys have a race tomorrow too? Because it's Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Monday.
the people who qualified, they'll go through to racing. Well, they've done a race today, and then the feature race is tomorrow, which is an 18 lapper or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, and I seen the footage of Hickey having that crash. Did you see that? Oh man, dude, it was crazy. Yeah, I'm just glad he's okay and he walked away.
Yeah,
that's
the main thing in a crash. As long as the rider's okay, bikes can be fixed.
Right, 110%. He I forget what corner it was, but he was coming down and the front washed out and he hit, I guess you guys would call them hay bales, maybe, right? Fence, black air fence, hay bales or whatever, went right through it and come back out on the track. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was.
No, I did see that crash into the chicane.
Yes, into the chicane.
Yeah. I actually crashed 2 corners after that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, so speaking of tracks, out of all the tracks you've been on, everybody knows Cadwell Park's my favorite. Is that your favorite too, or?
No, Cadwell's probably one of my least favorite. Actually, my favorite is Donington.
Donington, nice. It's a beautiful track too. I love the way Donington flows. I tell you what, dude. Next time I come, I got to do a track day at Cadwell. I have got to ride the track.
Yeah, definitely.
I do, man. I do. So do you do any like schooling? Like not school, like high school and college and all that. I'm talking about like California Superbike School UK. Do you do any of that type of training or?
No, I've made my way here the hard way, just trial and error, just lots and lots and lots and lots of crashes.
Right. So how do you train on, what bikes do you train on to get prepared? Well, okay, so a racer never stops training, right? You always are training every year for all the races, but you have slow down time, right? But then you pick it back up. So besides running and boxing, right, and swimming, you train on motorcycles too.
Yeah.
So is that something you do every week or just a weekend or?
I don't train on bikes as often as you think. Probably once a month. The thing is, with the budget we've got this year, it's hard to get out to all these mini bike rounds or practice days. I tried to get out as much as I can. I've got some videos of me stopping into corners and backing it in on my Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, I do train on it. It does help. I've trained on a 140 pit bike that I built. It was a M2R, and now it's got a Cymoto engine in. So that's what I train on. Me and Jake have actually just bought a mini pit bike frame, and we're gonna put a 140 engine in it, or I think either a 140 or 190 engine in it, and we're gonna take it around Stretton and see if we can get it working.
Let it eat, right? That's awesome, man. So what a mini bike frame, was it like a CRF 100 or
CRF 50?
CRF 50. Okay, I got you.
Very small.
And you're gonna put a 190 motor in it? That's awesome.
It's gonna be a beast.
Yes, it is, right? So are you guys gonna put a BBR? So over here in America, we have one of the big companies is BBR Racing, right? They make a big handlebars that go on 50s with the triple tree, so you can put the bigger handlebars, the swing arms, and all that stuff. Do you guys have that out there too?
Yeah, we have that, and I think we're gonna put is it an MIR? I think it's an MIR engine, or I'm gonna donate an engine and put a Cymoto in it, 140, because I've got an engine at the workshop. I just don't know how well it runs. Yeah.
Man, I'm jealous of you guys' motorcycles, meaning that you guys have the best bikes in the world, right? Dude, there's 252 strokes. Dude, we don't have that here in America, right? It's very rare you see a 2-stroke on the street. Very rare. You know, out there, when I went out there, man, I was NC 35s. I mean, it was NSR 250s. Every time I see it, I was like, oh my God, I get to see one in real life, not just in pictures anymore, right? I wish America had those motorcycles. We we're boring. We're a boring country in that aspect, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of motorbikes that go on around America, is there?
You know, man, I hate to say it, man, but the sports bike market is absolutely dead in America, period. Right. Back when I was in high school, I bought my first motorcycle. Oh, and it's just like me, you, and Jake in high school, right? We got motorcycles out there terrorizing, going clubbing, hanging out with the girls, blah, blah, blah. Now, you don't see hardly any crotch rockets out here riding on the street at all, right? It's very few, and if it is, they're singles. It's not groups of people riding anymore.
Yeah.
You know, the sales are down. You can't barely buy 1,000. I mean, R1's not making an R1 no more. I mean, you can't. The Gixxer. I mean, all of them, right? It seems like to me that we're going back to the golden era of racing, meaning that we're going backwards in CCs. So I would love to see the a brand new ZX7R, right? How awesome would that be, bro? A brand new YZF 750R, you know, bring that back. And I kind of think that we're headed in that direction, and I would love to see it. A 1,000 to me is just too much. Like, it's a lot of bike. It's got so much horsepower. People don't understand how fast the 1,000 is. And it's like, this is the best way I explain it, Owen. You like Star Wars, so right when they go in a freaking hyperdrive and all that, and then it's like shoot warp speed. Yeah. That's a 1,000. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, man.
I've never ridden one yet, actually. I want to,
bro, dude. I wish you was here because I'd be like, here's the keys to mine, baby. Have at it, right? Yeah, I would absolutely let you ride my bike. I would love to bring it out there when I come next year, but man, I wonder how much that would cost to ship my bike over there. And would it be really worth it?
Just ride it all the way here.
How am I gonna ride it across the water?
On the ferry?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that would be a well, yeah, you're right. Okay. I didn't think about that. Yeah. See, that's something else we don't have is ferries. Well, we do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do. Okay, Owen, we do, but not like you guys have. Right? Yeah, it's just different, man. Like, well, I come over there, like I hear you guys all the time. You're like, oh, I want to come to America. I love it so much, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's great. Don't get me wrong. But when we come over there, it's like, I love the UK. I love the country. I love the people, the food, the atmosphere. It's like, I just want to come back. I even come home, Owen, and told my wife, let's sell all our shit and move.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
I would love to. I don't like living in the UK. To be fair, ever since I was really young, I've always wanted to live in Spain. That's where I plan on moving when I've got some money.
Well, listen, my advice is we only live once, bro. I mean, absolutely one time, right? So any dreams you have and you want to live in Spain, make it happen. Do it. Definitely. Move to Spain, you know. And so is the cost to live in Spain more expensive than the UK, or is it about the same?
I think it's cheaper at the minute because there is a cost of living crisis at the minute in the UK. Everything costs so much money, especially fuel, gas, electric, water. It's just everything's shot right up.
It's the same thing here in America. I mean, it's no difference. It's so out here. See, let me think. So out there in the UK, you guys sell gas, but by the liter. We do it by the gallon. So it's for your 87, which is your lowest tier gas you can buy, is $3.35 a gallon.
Wow.
Yeah. Diesel.
How many liters are in a gallon?
4.
Oh, so that would be cheaper then, because our prices are about £1.50 a liter.
Yeah, so your gas out there is definitely more expensive.
Yeah.
That's
and if you want to buy race fuel, it's like £4 a liter.
Yeah. So, so over here we use VP Racing fuels in Moto America. What fuel do you guys use in BSB?
We use. Oh, I've had a mind blank. I'm actually gonna have a look.
And so with that fuel spec, it's everybody has to run that same fuel, correct?
Yeah. Oh, it's Panther. Panther.
Panna. Okay. I love the smell of race fuel, man. It smells so good, right? Look, we got
Yeah.
Martin Adams up in the house. What is up, Martin? He says, "Evening, guys. Hope you're all good. We are absolutely proper mega mate. I hope you are too." It's always good to hear from Martin, man. Martin's awesome. So, have you met Martin from the Clothing Kings? I assume you have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait to come out there again next year. I'm gonna be so much more prepared.
How
So
come you're not
much
coming
more,
to any this year?
man. Owen, I just money, same thing. I just can't. I
Yeah.
just can't afford it right this second. Like my job that I was at for the past 8 years went under, so I'm getting ready to start a new job tomorrow. Um, so it's building up my vacation time again, and
Yeah.
all that stuff that goes along with being an adult, right? But listen, it was absolutely on my agenda. Absolutely make it out there this year. And when I do come out, I want to do 2 rounds. I want to do the round before, the round after Cadwell.
Yeah.
And that way I get a chance to actually hang out with you guys, right? And outside the race weekend, we can hang out, go to the club, go to the bar, eat some fish. I can't wait to come back, eat some proper fish and chips with some curry sauce.
Yeah. That is real UK.
110%. It's that was the best thing I ate there.
It's good.
Absolutely, it's really good.
It's even better when you get it off the coast.
Yeah. So my buddy went. Daniel Parker, rider mindset coach. Big shout out to him. Have you met Daniel?
I've not met him, but I've heard of him.
Okay, yeah, he's a good mate of mine. He's a rider mindset coach, like I just said with Finn. He does Finn, dude. He's actually got a bunch of riders on his. Jake.
Yeah.
Yep, he's helping Jake out. I'm sure he'll help you out too. But he picked me up, and at Heathrow, I stayed with him for a couple of days after Cadwell before I flew back to the States, and he took me. His parents lived in Kent. I was trying to remember. So his parents lived in Kent. We went over there where the coast is, and we went to this little oyster bar. Oh my God, it was so good.
Oysters.
Yes, I got proper fish and chips right there at the bar with the vinegar and the curry sauce, and got a thing of oyster. Oh man, it's so good. You don't like oysters?
No, I'm a fussy eater. I like fish, but like not like mussels and everything like that.
Okay. I eat. I'm not gonna say everything in the sea, but I'm funny when it comes to some seafood too, if you will. But I love shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters. My favorite fish is mahi mahi.
Never heard of that.
Dolphin fish. It's called dolphin fish, but mahi mahi. I just have to send you a picture, but dude, it's the best fish in the world. Man, I wish you lived close to me, because I'd be like, you know what? We're doing this podcast at your house. You come over to my house and do it, and then I'd cook you some fish so you could try it, and then you'd be able to ride my 1,000, right? So we can knock it all out at one time. Yeah, how cool would that be, right? But we will make this happen. I promise you. We'll make it. Not bringing my bike over there, but yeah, really looking forward to spending some time with you guys when I do come back out.
Be good.
Yeah, especially away from the race weekend, right? Because then we'll have
Yeah.
actual time to sit down and play PlayStation, maybe ride some pit bikes. You guys can make fun of me because I'm slow as shit, and you can laugh and watch me fall over, and you guys can laugh some more. Yeah. So I would definitely be game for that.
Definitely. That would be good fun.
It's going to be good fun. Absolutely it is. So 2024, I can't wait to see you get that W, because it's going to happen.
Hopefully.
It's going to happen. Absolutely, it's going to happen for sure. There's a lot being said with positive thinking and always putting it out there and visualizing where you want to go and what you want to accomplish. It's like you're putting that aura out there, right? And it can't help manifest to happen. So
yeah,
we will see Owen get that W, stand on top of that box, right? And then 2025, I predict that you and Jake will finish 1-2 in the series. It's just me talking, right? 1 and 2 in the series. And then I see the year after that, you guys either going to Super Stock or Super Bike. and then taking over the UK and then going to actually coming here to America and racing in Moto America. How awesome would that be?
That's the dream. It's everyone's dream.
I know. So when I was in Atlanta, I talked to a couple people. I need to reach out to some more people. I'm really trying to make something happen with that, right?
Yeah.
Getting one of my mates over here, even if it's just for a race weekend, the Daytona 200, I would love to be able to be like, hey, I helped make this happen, because it's a dream of yours, and it'd be an absolute honor to have you guys over here and race. And then you come over here and challenge us American boys. And yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, because I think you guys would actually get along with our tracks really, really well, because they're a lot like the UK tracks.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't really watch Motor America much. To be fair, I'm not actually a big fan of watching racing. When I'm here, I like watching it on the TV, don't get me wrong. But like when I'm here, I don't really watch the racing. I actually find it quite boring. But I think that's just because I'm a rider. So I'd rather be out there.
Right. That's because you're a racer, so you don't want to watch it. But I'm just like you, right? I don't find it boring at all. It's absolutely the best thing in the world. But when I'm there on a race weekend, Owen, I don't really watch the races because I'm too busy talking with all my mates and trying to get people on the podcast. Yeah, me too, right?
The social part of it is just great.
It is. And then at nighttime, when I leave the track, guess what? I could pull up my phone and watch the race, right? As I'm eating dinner or whatever. It's yeah, man, good stuff. Good stuff. So the Isle of Man TT, Owen, is that something you'd ever consider doing?
I don't think so. I think if I did, my mum would kill me.
I think you probably would, right? It's I love the TT. To me, it's my favorite race of the year every year. And it's coming up. It's always on my birthday week. I absolutely can't wait for the TT this year. And have you ever been to the TT?
I haven't actually.
Bro, this is on my bucket list. I tell you what, an idea just hit me. When I come out there in 2025, I think we should plan a 2027 Isle of Man TT trip. Me, you, Jake, another buddy of mine out here. We could fly out there to the UK. We can jump on the ferry or take an airplane and then a ferry to the island. Isn't that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plane to the UK, then ferry to the island. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, we don't have to stay both weeks. I know it's super expensive. I mean, it really is, but the good thing is I got a couple mates that race at the TT, and they told me that, when you show up, man, we got tents, you got a free place to stay, right? So that'll cut the cost down. But man, I want to go. Have you ever been to like the Northwest 200 or Oliver's Mount or any of that?
I've been to Oliver's Mount, but I'm not ridden around just to watch.
So road racing, is that something you would just watch? Something you'd ever consider doing at all?
Yeah, I would just watch it. I don't think I'd ever go there with that sort of racing. I prefer, like I said, I don't really like Cadwell. I'm not gonna say I don't like a track, but like it's one of my least favorite ones because I like fast flowing, smooth tracks.
Yeah.
And Alton is the opposite. So
Cadwell is I play it on my video game, and I suck ass at this track, Owen. It is so hard. And every time I play it, I'm like, watching you guys go around there, it just blows my mind. I mean, obviously how narrow it is, and of course the mountain, but it's such a technical track. It is.
I think it's actually easier to ride it in real life than it is in the game.
Well, I could see that, right? Absolutely, I could see that. The video game is that's the thing about road racing games, right? They try to make it real, but it still kind of sucks. Let's just be honest. It's not factual, right?
Yeah.
It's I really think you guys would get along on a racetracks out here, no problem. Especially so I have VIR, Virginia International Raceway, is like an hour and 15 minutes down the street, and it's It's wider than Cadwell, not as wide as Brands Hatch because I've been to Brands too. But it's got a good flow to it, right? It's not as hilly as Cadwell, but it does have a couple undulations that's pretty steep. You know what? I need to do that. I'm gonna work on getting you out here. You and Jake, man. How awesome would that be?
That would be really cool.
I would
To be fair, I
love
would like to do a bit of Moto America.
Well, I will. I need to. There's some stuff I got to figure out. I really want to make this happen. I really do. And if you and Jake ever find yourself over here, you guys can always stay at my house for free. And I've already told Jake that, and I'm sure I probably told you that too as well. I paid plane tickets not that expensive. It was like I looked it up earlier, Owen. So in February, I was like, well, if I book my plane ticket out, like right now, I'm gonna start planning for 2025, right? So it was 9 months out, and it was only like it was $900 for a round trip plane ticket from here to the UK and back.
That's good.
It's not that, right? And then you show up here, you have a free place to stay, so you don't have to get a hotel or anything, right? I got cars, you can borrow a car. I got bikes, you can borrow a bike, right? You'll have ways to get around. It's just that over here, we don't drive on the left side, we drive on the right side, right? Which you'll get used to, no problem. That's one thing that I regretted is not doing is renting a car. I think next time I come, I'll probably rent a car.
Yeah.
Outside of Heathrow, outside of London, I do not want to drive in London. That place is absolutely. I was like, holy shit! When Daniel picked me up, we was driving through London. I was like, whoa, stop! It was utter chaos.
It's even worse in like countries like Spain or Italy that they're constantly just crashing into each other.
Yeah, man, it's London was absolutely amazing to go to, though. It really was. Actually being there and seeing everything, but yeah, it was absolutely crazy. And one thing's like that I also like about the UK is your train system, man. You guys got awesome train systems out there, right? And you guys take trains a lot. Here in America, we don't really take trains like that. Talking about we have an Amtrak, but it's not like it is in the UK, right? Train station to train station, state to state, right? Village to village or whatever. Here we do, but it only goes to certain spots, so to speak. But yeah, man, it's let's do it, man. You know what?
Really?
Yeah, let's do it.
100%.
Let's do it. Me and you and Jake are gonna make a goal, and we're gonna visualize this thing out, and we're gonna make this happen, right?
We need to do it on a Moto America round so we can race a Moto America.
No, that's my goal, man. Is I would love to get you two out here and get you on a bike and put you on a track and let you race against the Americans over here in our class. I think it would be absolutely mental. I will do everything I can to try to make this happen for sure.
It'll be good.
It will be, man, because I think it would be good for BSB and good for Moto America too, right? It's just like I would love to be able to help some of my boys from Moto America to be in BSB, right? Because it would also help us out and help your series out too as well. Because we don't have any Americans in BSB. Boo! We need some, right? Yeah.
Well, no, we have Julian.
In the British Talent Cup, right? You got my boy Juju, right? But it's not BSB, right? It's on the path to BSB, but it's not. But yes, we do. Big shout out to Juju. He's a good buddy of mine. He just won his first race. I was absolutely screaming to the top of my lungs. But as far as you watching Moto America, when this podcast ends, stay tuned because I got you a password and a code. So you can watch the full season of MA this season. You and Jake. So you can just plug it in, turn it on, and boom, there you go. And you can actually go back and watch some of the older races from last year too. You can go back and watch the whole 2023 season.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Yep. So I got you. After this, you stay on. I'll get it out to you, and then you can log in and Yeah, watching
Awesome.
some Moto America, man. Yeah, good stuff, man. So it's hard to believe we've been talking for 50 minutes.
I know. Just looked at the time.
Dude, it goes by so quick, man. It does. So this is our first initial one. I want to do a mid-season and the end of the year. I want to get you and Jake on at the end of the year, and we can do a whole 2024 season recap. We can talk about the plans and the future of 2025. Hopefully, maybe if it works out, I can get, both of you, if not one of you guys out here for a round of Moto America. I would love to. I know a lot of people, so I just need to. I just don't. I'm new to it, man, so I don't really know how to make this happen, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm gonna make it happen. I promise you, I'm gonna make it happen. At least on my end, everything I can do. Be good stuff, man. Yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, what's your plans for the rest of the weekend?
Well, consider I'm not riding. Probably just go out to the bar tonight. Probably have a couple of drinks. Just chill out with the boys.
So, what do you do for work?
So actually, I work at McDonald's, which is probably surprising, and that's how I pay for my racing, off McDonald's.
Hey, I used to work at McDonald's. No bullshit. When I first bought my bike, man, I went straight to Mickey D's and got a job. I was there for I worked at McDonald's for like 3 years. It was cool because our McDonald's, so I don't eat fast food, okay? But when I went to the UK and I looked it up, right? Even when I went to the grocery store, I pick up a bag of chips or whatever. You guys, your food is so much more healthier than our food, even as far as the fast food goes, because you guys don't have all that preservatives and all that other bullshit in it, right? I did not eat McDonald's. I come this close to try it in the UK. Daniel's like, "Oh man, it's so good." Blah blah. I'm like, it's still McDonald's, right? It's still Mickey D's.
Apparently, it's meant to taste better in America.
I don't know, because I never had the Mickey D's there in the UK, but I will taste it next time. I'll buy me like a double cheeseburger or whatever and see. But the McDonald's that I worked at is actually where am I at? So it's this way. It's about 3 miles down the street, right there, right off the interstate. So main interstate, like A1, right? You get off, there's gas station, fast food, blah blah blah. But when you walk in the McDonald's restaurant and you go back behind where you do all the cooking, it's actually 2 levels. They have an upstairs and a downstairs, and they have this slide that goes into the freezer, right? So when you unload the truck, you just put all the fries and the meat and just slide it down the slide, and you got somebody down there in the freezer. Man, you know how many times I got in trouble sliding down that slide? They're like, "We need cups." I got you. I go down there belly first on the slide. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's good though, man. It's good to have a job. There's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's at all. Absolutely.
One thing I've always wanted to try, actually, from America, I've always wanted to try Chick-fil-A.
My son is a Chick-fil-A. I'm so tired of Chick-fil-A. I don't care if I ever eat it again the rest of my life. Right?
Really?
Yes. But as far as fast food goes, in my personal opinion, Chick-fil-A is probably one of the healthier fast food chains you can go to, and it's good chicken, man. I ain't gonna lie, it is. But again, Owen, if you eat the same thing all the time, right? Because every time we go out, I'm like, what do you want for lunch, Ross? I want Chick-fil-A. I'm like, can we just do something else? Or Subway? He's either Chick-fil-A or Subway.
Yeah, I love a good Subway.
Or Jersey Mike's. Right? Shane says love Chick-fil-A, right? Listen, it's good. We had the out here, they just come out with, they don't have it no more, but they had a pimento cheese so they put pimento cheese on top of the Chick-fil-A sandwich. It was so good, Owen. Oh my God. Do you guys have pimento cheese?
I don't actually know what that is, so probably not.
Okay. Pimento cheese is I don't even really know how to explain it, but it's like a cheese spread, right?
All right.
But man, it's so good, right? So that's what I put on my hamburger. So when I make a hamburger here, I don't put like American cheese or pepper jack. I buy pimento cheese with jalapenos because I like hot stuff, right? And I'll put it on there. And what I'll do is I'll take my patty, kind of bang it down, cut a little hole out in the center of it, put the pimento cheese. Yeah, dude, yeah, I'm making myself hungry right now as we talk, right?
I'm hungry now.
Right. So speaking of that, do you cook at all? Are you a cooker or?
Not really, but I do make a really good pesto pasta.
Do you really?
Yeah. See, most people have pesto pasta with chicken, but I make mine with sausage. It's so much nicer.
That sounds really good. Pesto. So I love pesto. Pesto's good on. Well,
I put pesto on everything.
I was going to say, listen, that and guacamole, like avocados. I put avocados on everything too because I love avocados.
I never actually had guacamole.
You know what? That's it. When I come to the UK, we're going to the grocery store. I'm buying some avocados, some tomatoes, some onions, some fresh garlic, and I'm going to make everybody some fresh homemade guacamole, and you guys are going to absolutely love it. I promise you.
I'm looking forward to it then.
For real. There's actually a couple things that a couple of my mates out there, like you, they're like, I've never had that. I'm like, well, when I come out, I got you. We'll go to the grocery store. I'll buy all the ingredients. I'll come home. I will cook you guys something to eat, and you will absolutely love it.
Perfect.
Yes, be good stuff, man. Jake is back. What's up? He's back. How was the tea?
Lovely, mate. Some lovely burgers and chicken.
You didn't bring Owen nothing to eat? Bro,
I know.
See how they be doing you, Owen?
I know.
And we was just talking about food, right? I told him that when I come out there, I'm gonna stay this time 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. But I want to stay with you guys, right? So we can actually spend time together away from racing. And I told him that I was gonna make you guys some American food. Something that you guys never had, like guacamole, stuff like that. So when I come over there in the UK, we'll go to the grocery store. I buy all the shit. I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna cook you guys some meals, and it's gonna be good. Drink some, have a couple pints. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Definitely. We're all excited for you to come now.
Owen, you're just excited for me to come right now because you're hungry and all of it sounds good.
Yeah, literally. I've only had a sausage bacon sandwich.
Look, I need you to send me your pesto ingredients and on how you make it because I'm gonna make it.
I don't. I'll buy pesto from the shop, but I'll send you like how to do like the sausage pesto pasta.
Yeah.
Also put little pine nuts in it as well. It's really good.
Yeah, that sounds good. And so, did you use like heavy whipping cream or half and half or?
No, don't put any like cream or milk or anything like that in it. Just pesto, pasta, fry some sausage off, chuck it in, and some pine nuts, and it's banging.
And it's good to go. Man, it sounds so good. My mate Shane says, got to take off, lads. All the best for the season. Shane's an absolute legend over here. And then my buddy Dial says, hello from Roebling Raceway with Ware sprint races today. That's awesome. Who you talking to, Jake? Who is that?
We have my teammate, Keir Walker.
What is up, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. When you coming on the podcast?
Don't know, whenever.
Okay. Well, when we end this podcast, we will schedule you, and because I got to schedule Jake too, so we will make this happen for sure.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, how's your weekend?
Yeah, it's gone all right. I was in the same position as Jake, pretty much.
Yeah, it's part of racing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And I see all these knee sliders hanging up behind you and behind Owen. Who is that? Your guys's or Owen's or?
No, this is not our camper. We've borrowed it to do this podcast.
Well, you tell him I said thank you. That's awesome, man. Yeah, we just took over somebody's trailer. Let's do it. Man, listen, dude, this has been an absolute honor and a lot of fun, man. It's actually been a different kind of podcast
Yeah,
which is awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, you it's like anything. You kind of have an agenda of the way you want it to go, and then when you start it, it just goes wherever it's
goes
going to
into
go
its own little
naturally. Right. And
Yeah.
that's what I love about it. That's why I don't like to do like preset questions or, blah, blah, blah. It's just boring that way. So who knows? You could talk about aliens and whatever, right? It's always a lot of fun. But we're an hour into this. So before we get off here, Owen, I want to know Owen at a personal level, right? So I want all the viewers to know you on a personal level, besides the absolute legend racer you are, right? So I have some questions that I'm gonna ask you, and the first question that we want to know from Owen is, what is Owen's worst habit?
My worst habit. That's a good question. I don't actually know. I can't answer that. A bad habit.
You don't actually
I
really have one.
I don't think I have a bad habit.
No, you don't like chew your fingernails or
Nah.
no? Okay. Well, then let me ask you this: tell us something we don't know about you.
Don't know about me. I don't actually have a middle name.
Okay, so it's just Owen Mellor.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say that, like say something that people don't know about me, because I'm a very open person and I just speak exactly how I am.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's I don't have any secrets, it's because you see what you get, right? This is me, this is who I am. So it's yeah. So let me ask you this, Owen, if you can invite any 3 people to a track day, dead or alive, they could be basketball players, whoever, right? What 3 people are you bringing to this track day?
Mark Marquez, Pedro Costa, and probably Jorge Martin, just to get a good toe.
Right, that's dude. So I'm a huge fan of we call him Baby Jeebus, Pedro Acosta, right? Dude, he's the real deal.
Baby Jesus.
Baby Jeebus.
Oh, Jeebus.
Yeah, Baby Jeebus. That's what we call Pedro Acosta. So when I first seen him in, I didn't actually give him that nickname. My mates in Australia did. They have a podcast called Moto PG, and they're actually brilliant. They have nicknames for a lot of the guys. Like they call Elaish asparagus, like the asparagus you eat, right? Instead of asparagus. Yeah. So they have all these crazy names, but they named Pedro Acosta Baby Jesus, Baby Jeebus in Moto 3 when his first race he won from pit lane. I was like, dude, you got to be kidding me right now, right? And then, his whole transition, he's the real deal. So, but that's good choice, man, because to me, dude, I love Jorge Martin. I want Martin to win the title this year. That's who I expect to win the title this year.
His riding style is just immense. It's so nice.
That, and to me, it's like take Pedro Acosta out of the equation. I think that he has one of the most natural riding styles.
Yeah.
In MotoGP, Jorge Martin does. It's absolutely ridiculous. The lean angles he's getting. It's like, you got to be shitting me right now, right? So let me ask you this question, Owen. If you had your own island, what racetrack are you bringing with you on your island? And it can only be one.
Donington. It would have to be Donington. I just love Donington. I don't know why.
Have you been to a MotoGP race there?
No. I didn't watch you. I didn't watch MotoGP when they were racing at Donington.
Yeah, they haven't been there in shit. I can't even remember. It's been a while for sure.
2009, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been. Daniel Parker is in the house. He said, "What is up, gentlemen? What is going on, Daniel? Nothing but love to all my mates. Look at that. Boom, there it is."
How'd you do that?
Just hold your heart up to the camera. It should. So, sometimes it does it for the guests. Sometimes it won't. Like Jake did it before.
I didn't.
No, somebody did.
Are you on a MacBook, Chris?
I am.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm on my
okay.
old school laptop.
Okay, I was wondering why. Well, thank you, because now we figured it out. I'm on the MacBook. That's good stuff. Awesome. But I did have a guest on here that they had moved their arms. I was like, hold up, what did you just do? Because something just popped up on my screen. So I assumed they probably had a MacBook too, as well. So let me ask you this, Owen, books. I'm a big audio book listening to. I don't read a lot. There is one book. Hold up. There is one book that I have been physically reading, and you guys know exactly who he is. He's an absolute legend. My man, Mr. Andy Ibbott, sent me this book right here. So big shout out to him. So I'm actually reading this one. It's the first hard book cover I've actually read in a long time. Because I do audio books. And most of the books I listen to, man, I mean, you see my room, right? I'm a huge motorcycle freaking nerd fanatic, right? It's actually almost sickening. When people come over, they'll see this room, my other room, they're like, holy shit, dude, what, you got an issue. I was like, no, I don't. This is a lifestyle. This is awesome. What are you talking about? But I do listen to a lot of audiobooks. So I listen to every Guy Martin book, pretty much any road racer in the world that's had an audiobook. I've listened to it. The best one, in my opinion, out of all of them, not taking nothing away from McGinnis or Michael Dunlop or anything like that, because they're all brilliant stories. They really are. John Hopkins Leathered, man, he puts it all out there on the line. He's talking about smoking weed and then getting on a MotoGP bike and racing. I was like, holy shit, dude, right? That's what I love about it, when people show them true selves and they tell the true story, right? And you get the inside scoop. So do you, Owen, listen to any books at all or read?
I actually don't. I've never actually read a book in my whole life.
Except for school books.
Not even school books.
No?
I don't have the attention span. I'm very set on like what I like, and what I like is just racing. So anything else, it doesn't really interest me. So I find it really hard to focus on other things.
Yeah, that's me. So you got ADHD like me, right? It's if I'm not watching road racing or sitting down doing this and talking to my mates, or playing PlayStation, even sometimes when I play PlayStation, my mind's still like all over the fucking place, right? But when I watch a race or it's getting ready to come on, practice qualifying, it's like I'm just tuned in. Everything else around the whole world around me, bombs could be fucking blown up. And I'm like, shh, racing's on, right? Y'all keep it down, right? So I get it, bro. Trust me. I absolutely get it. So, music. What kind of music does Owen listen to?
Oh, me and Jake have very similar music taste. We do love a bit of drum and bass, house, garage. Like when we go to a club, that's what we want to hear.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, podcast. Do you listen to any podcast?
I don't actually.
Okay.
I watch Jake's.
Wrong answer, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah,
absolutely. We're ending this now. But no, I'm just joking. No, it's I asked that question because podcasts are so popular now, right? That's what a lot of people listen to. I listen to some podcasts. I don't listen to especially motorcycle pod. I really don't listen to a lot of them. I listen to Pipe Dreams. So Corey Alexander, he's a Moto America racer, and James Rispoli, he's a American racer. They have their own podcast called Pipe Dreams. It's really good. Moto PG in Australia, they're hilarious. You guys should check them out. They'll make you freaking cry laughing. But other than that, I meant true crime. Like I listen to some true crime podcasts sometimes. Yeah, but not very much. So I got you. So let me ask you this, man. Who's your favorite comedian, or do you have one?
Favorite comedian? Oh, what's his name? Do you know who I'm talking about? He's got brown hair. He makes all them really dark jokes.
I'm not too sure.
Oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but I see him on TikTok now and again, and he's just really funny.
That's hilarious. He's like the guy with the brown hair, that talks about the dogs. You're like, that narrowed it down to this. Yeah, thank you. Right. That's awesome, man. I like old school comedians. Of course, Dave Chappelle. Who don't like Dave Chappelle, right? Cat Williams, George Carlin. He's probably one of my top is George Carlin. He's just absolute freaking legend, and he's funny as hell, and he likes to make fun of people and hurt people's feelings, and I laugh at that shit, right? It's funny, right? Who don't, right? Let's just be honest. Star Wars or Star Trek, Owen?
Star Wars.
What Star Wars character is Owen?
What Star Wars character am I?
Yep.
Oh, I'm definitely Darth Vader.
Definitely Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, right?
Yeah.
I like it, man. I like it. Man, dude, I got asked this question actually yesterday. I would be it's so hard. I would have to be Darth Maul. And this is why I say that, right? I wouldn't be the Sith, but I wouldn't be a Jedi, because my big deal with Jedi is you can't have a girlfriend, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man, right? Like, I gotta have a girlfriend. I mean, let's just be honest, right? But I'm not gonna attack good people, right? I'm gonna still be against the bad people. But Darth Maul, his character is badass with a double-bladed lightsaber, right? Who don't want one of those? Shit, I want a real lightsaber. Who don't? You make me mad, I'll come and cut your car in two. It'd be hilarious. Walk outside, your car is literally split in two. Yeah. Favorite food, Owen?
Favorite food? To be fair, it's got to be KFC.
I like it, man. So what do you
KFC.
What are you eating at KFC?
Boneless banquet with a supercharger dip. The supercharger, so good.
I wonder. I don't think our KFC has supercharger dip.
It's just spicy mayo, and it's just honestly.
Oh, okay.
It just upgrades the chicken.
Facts, right? It upgrades the chicken. I like that. So let me ask you this, Owen. Everybody's got one, including me. Well, I got several. I ain't gonna lie. Celebrity crush. Who's Owen's celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. That's a really hard question.
It's not for you, Owen.
No, it's not. Absolutely. So let's hear it.
It's got to be like early Megan Fox, like Transformers Megan Fox.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I can't agree more. It's absolutely, she is gorgeous. 110% for sure. Are you watching any series like on Netflix that you can recommend to people?
Well, on Netflix, I tend to watch like children's stuff like SpongeBob and iCarly.
Love it. I watch SpongeBob. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm a very simple-minded person.
Yeah. Who's the pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob. Yeah, dude, I'm with it, man. Absolutely with it. I watch it. Right now I'm actually watching Ozark. I gotta remember the name of the show. Ozark. It's on Netflix. It's kind of like Breaking Bad. I don't know if you guys seen Breaking Bad. It's one of the best series that's ever come out on TV, in my personal opinion. But Ozark's it's different than Breaking Bad, but kind of the same. But it starts off so strong. Like the first episode, you're glued. You're like, holy shit! I can't wait for the next episode. Right? It's one of those binge worthy deals. So what advice would you give your younger self, Owen?
Do you know what? I say this all the time. When I was younger, when I used to race when I was younger, I wouldn't try as hard, because I always thought that, in my head for some reason, I always thought that you just progress up and it'd just be easy. But so I didn't really try as hard as I probably could have. And if I could tell my younger self, if I just could slap my younger self and be like, you need to actually put some effort in, then I probably would have been a lot further along.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite sayings, and I heard this. I can't even remember where I heard it. I'm trying to remember where I heard the saying, but it's one of my favorite sayings lately is that none of us are strangers. We're just friends that haven't met yet, right? I think that's deep, right? It's like, and that goes for everybody in the world, right? Nobody's a stranger. We're just friends that haven't simply met yet, right? Which is a good motto, I think. And I try to, believe it or not, man, I try to live in the moment, more. What I mean by that, like right now, as me and you are speaking, I see Jake, which is a good mate of mine, absolute proper legend. My man Owen Mellor, absolute legend. And I forget your teammate that I had talked to in the back, but he's an absolute legend too as well, right? Sorry about that. But yeah, it's what I mean by that is living in this moment right now, enjoying it, right? Because once it's gone, it's gone. It's just a memory. Same thing when I go to the races. Same thing when I'm on the phone with somebody. You know, we get lost in translation so much as far as everyday stress in life. It's hard not to take things for granted sometimes. So I try to tell myself and remind myself quite often to slow it down and live in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Because time is something we can't stop. We can't pause. We can't fucking rewind it. We can't even fast forward it. It is what it is, and that's it, right? So,
Definitely.
yeah. So, facts. So, do you watch any other sports? Are you into like football or basketball?
No, I actually really hate football. I just don't know. I think it's a pointless sport. Sorry to everyone.
No, dude, you're good, bro. Hey, no pun intended, man. So you're talking about American football, right? Or are you talking about soccer?
No, it's soccer. Yeah, you call it soccer. I forgot.
Well, us Americans, we got it wrong, right? Because soccer is the real football. We fucked it up. We're like, you know what? We're gonna throw a brown ball and we're gonna call it football. It's no. It should be called handball or something else. It's not football, right?
But yeah, no, I don't really watch any other sports. Like racing's always just been my number one thing. Like, I don't tend to like a lot of change as well. I like what I like.
Yep. Keo. That's his name. Your teammate Keo, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. I knew I'd remember it. I had to think about it though. Sorry, Keo. Sorry. PlayStation or Xbox, Owen?
PlayStation. 100%.
What's in the console right now?
I don't even know. I haven't played on it in ages. Probably MotoGP.
Yeah, it will be, won't it?
Yeah. Me and Jake always play MotoGP.
I just got Ride 5 not too long ago, so I started it, which is it's good. I've always been a big fan of Ride 5. I just beat Ghost of Tsushima, but shit, dude, I've been playing that game for like over a year, right? Because I don't get a chance to play it a whole lot neither, not as much as I want to. But I do enjoy sitting down and playing video games like I'm a teenager again, right? It's just a way to get your mind off of, you know, that bullshit and whatever. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. Owen, who's your favorite racer?
And Mark Marquez.
Mark Marquez. I like, you know, man, I used to I used to dislike him so much, right? Of course, I'm a Valentino Rossi fan, right? How can you not? Like, I used to dislike Jorge Lorenzo, just stoner, all because they were, you know, rivals and enemies with Valentino. Now I find that once Rossi retired, man, I'm just such a fan of road racing that I love them all. Like I hate to say it, but I do, man. And the respect that I have for Mark Marquez right now, knowing what he's come back from, and still that determination. How can you not like the guy? I mean, let's just be honest, right? How can you not like that determination? Yeah. It's to me, if other racers had that determination, I don't think Mark Marquez would have won 7 titles.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So, yeah, man. So. Let me ask you this, Owen. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, ideally, I'd like to be doing like some like Spanish championship,
Moto America. Just saying.
Yeah, I quite like to go European or maybe Italy. Just depends on like what happens.
Yeah. I tell you what's going to happen is you're going to be a champion, just like my man Jake and Keo. 100%. 100%. I have nothing but 100% faith in you guys, and I'm in your corner, and you guys already know that. So let me ask you this, Owen, and I ask everybody this because it's going to come a day and a time. What's after racing?
What's after racing? To be fair, I don't know. Everyone's always like said to me like from like, oh, we've got to have like a backup option, all that kind of stuff. But to me, it's like racing. Right, I don't have. I'm like that. determined that I don't have a backup option. I dropped out of college. Did level 3 engineering. I dropped out of college to go to work to earn money to come racing. So
I love it. I'm not. Yeah, I love it, dude. It just shows the determination, and you want to put everything into it because that's your one vision, one goal. Like Alpine Star, right? One vision, one goal, right? I didn't get paid to say that, but Alpine Star, you should have paid me to say that, right? But yeah, it's I love it, right? It's that mental, that championship mentality. Like there is nothing after racing. This is what it is, right? I'm gonna make this work, And I could honestly see, like, even Jake. I could see Jake and you in the future after racing's done. You guys won multiple championships in all kinds of categories. You guys stay in the paddock, whether you help run a team or rider coach or whatever. I could see you two being inside the paddock and working and staying inside there. Yeah, I really do, man. So let me ask you this. Well, you already work. Do you have any superstitions at all, Owen?
I don't actually know.
Okay. So it don't matter if you put your left boot on before your right boot and glove and all that good stuff. You just wing it.
Yeah, I just whatever happens.
I'm pretty much the same way too. So is there a certain when you prepare for battle, right? I always say this, like the Spartans going up against the Persians, right? So you're one Spartan against 29 riders, 29 Persians out there, right?
Yeah.
How do you approach the weekend mentally, and how do you prepare for
it? I start with watching races, like say Alton this weekend. A couple of days before, I'll watch last year's races. Just go to the gym, and that's pretty much all I do to prepare. Get everything ready, the van, and just come down and enjoy.
I love it, man. I love it. Let me who's the most famous person you have in your phone, in your telly?
Probably my mate Eddie, only because he's verified on Instagram.
He said, dude, you got to pay for that verification, don't you?
No, you can still get it without paying for it. You just got to be mentioned in an article, on like a newspaper article, or in Eddie's case, he races in Junior GP with like Dorna, so he that's how he got his
blue check, right? Because I was like, shit, I want to be verified. Right? So going there and like, yeah, you got to pay this. I'm like, I'm not paying to be like, I'm me. This is genuinely me. I'm not a robot. This is so I didn't do it. That's why I asked that question. If you could choose one superpower, what power is that going to be, Owen?
I'll probably be able just to be invincible. That'd be great.
Would be cool. Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Imagine being able to start on track and just like there's no possibility of death. You would just
pin the gas the whole time, right? Absolutely. I love it. What's your spirit animal?
I don't actually know.
Koala bear.
Koala bear. Is that what mine should be?
That's what I think. Yeah, koala bear. I love koala bears. Are awesome, right? They're mean. They're fast. They look slow, but they're not. They got lots of strength, and they're so fucking determined.
And they're really small.
And they're really small. I like it. There you go. I like it. Right? See, I was right then. Koala bear. There it is. Yeah. Good stuff, man. This is awesome. So listen, this is going to be the last question. And then I'm going to let you do all your shouts out for social media and all that. And I will too. But, I'm a huge fan of the TT, and I only ask it to people that actually watch the TT. People that don't watch it really is not going to have any clue. But in your personal opinion, Owen, and Jake too, right? You can answer this too. who had the greatest TT comeback ever, right? There's a long list of names, but I'm only going to give you 2 names, okay? Mike Hellwood or Robert Dunlop?
Robert Dunlop.
Jake?
The same as well, yeah.
Yeah, Robert's story's incredible comeback after that massive crash and injury. Everything got transferred over to the right-hand side of the bike. The clutch, the brake, dude, it's mental, bro. It's absolutely amazing what them guys do. It's but yeah, listen, this has been an absolute honor. I can't wait to have part 2, 3, and 4, and 5. I would love to see you guys out here in Moto America kicking ass, and I would love to see us over there in BSB doing the same thing. But do you have a club, Owen?
I did last year. I don't this year though.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you tell everybody on social media where they can find you and support you and all that good stuff?
You can find me on Instagram at Owen Mellor 30 or Facebook. You just search up my name, and Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's Owen. It's not called Twitter anymore, actually, is it? It's called X.
X. Yeah.
Owen Mellor 30. That's pretty much the same for everything. I'm on pretty much all social media platforms. I would say I post most on my either Instagram or TikTok. Post a lot of racing content on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good stuff, man. Listen, everybody listen to this episode will be out on Spotify, iHeart, all that good stuff. I'm on everywhere but Apple right now. So you guys go show Owen all the love and support. Go to all his social medias. Like him, subscribe to every single one. Same thing with my man Jake Marsh right here. But you guys heard me say Jake Marsh a million times, right? So same thing. Club 45. Big shout out to my man Jake Marsh. R&D Racing, absolute proper legend, future of the sport, as well as my man Owen Mellor right here and Keo Walker in the background, which we don't see right now. Absolute proper legend too, right? Listen, thank you guys for all the love and support you guys always show me. It means the absolute world to me. I need to give a shout out to my man Martin Adams at the Clothing Kings. If anybody's interested, you can go to theclothingkings.co.uk and order any Pin to Gas podcast merch you want. You could order my man Jake Marsh's clothes, my man Luke Hedger clothes. Shoot, who else? I'm probably missing some, but you can always go there. And Martin is an absolute legend himself. Big shout out to my man Bison over here in the United States, Bison Leathers, Robert and Tasha. Absolutely amazing. If anybody's in the market for a leather suit, custom leather suit, 2-piece, 1-piece, gloves, whatever it is, look no further than Bison. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Big shout out to my man Chef Eats. So listen, guys, this is one thing we have here in America. I don't know if you guys have over there. A good buddy of mine, Jeff Servin, owns a company called Chef Eats. So what he does is he prepares meals for like race weekend and he caters them to however you want, like high protein, whatever, right? So basically cooked meals, chicken, fish, steak, whatever, and they're absolutely amazing. They are so good, right? And you just basically throw them in a microwave for 30 minutes, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and you have basically a home cooked meal. But we do have that out here. Big shout out to him. So if anybody, man, how awesome would that be to get Chef Eats over there in the UK? The idea just hit me. So I got to work on that too. But big shout out to Chef Eats, my man SFL Mini GP out here in Florida, South Florida. Big shout out to them. Best race organization we have as far as teaching. So Owen and Jake, let's say you've never been on a bike before. Basically, you show up, you pay your registration. You don't have to have anything. They provide the bikes, the leathers, the boots, the gloves, the whole nine. You just show up. By the end of the day, you'll be dragging your elbow in your knees, right? Having the most fun you ever had in your life. So yeah, big shout out to them, and big shout out to my man Julian Carrera, British Talent Cup, just won his first race. Proper legend. But listen, guys, this has been a lot of fun, and don't forget BSB this weekend. I know I tell all my American friends, Bennett's British Superbike.com. Their weekend is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So they had a race today. Race 2 is coming out tomorrow. Please don't miss it. Please, everybody, go out and help support my man Owen, Jake, and KO, and everybody else over there in the UK. It's been absolutely amazing. But thank you guys so much. Until next time, we will see you guys later.